And then I got to shut this thing off on Hangouts. Okay, it says we're live. Hi, girls. I'm actually here now. Yep. Can you believe it? I cannot. You will not believe. Well, yeah, you will. It's me. Of course, you'll believe it. Number one, I'm sitting down because I broke my damn toe after class or after the show on Saturday night. I broke my pinky toe, and yes, it's very broken. Anyway, so I'm not standing. I'm going to try and sit and craft. I stood yesterday and crafted, and yeah, it wasn't good. Anyway, so I had everything set up, and then boom, it all of a sudden my computer goes beep and freaking shut off, and I'm like, what? So yeah, I was freaking out. So anyway, I want to say hello to everyone. So hey, Lynn. Hey, Laurel was first one here. You know, she likes to be the first one in class. Oh, Kelly Jo's here.
Hey, Kelly Jo.
Joanne Jackson.
I sent you the link.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. If someone also could I know Barbara Higgins was not feeling good.
Yeah, Barbara Higgins not feeling well. Carla needs prayers. Martha's on her way in. And those are the three I know about.
She said, yes, I do. So, Laurel, going to school, were you the first one to go in and sit in class and sit right up front? Because I will say, Nikki and I, we were the nerds at Creativation. We were the cool nerds, though. I will say that. We made sure we were in class, but we went right up to the front so that we could take notes and then come back and share with all you guys.
Hey, click on yourself. It's on me.
Oh. Okay. Oh, and
Martha. Oh, yeah. There you go. Hey, Martha.
Hey, Martha. Oh, and look, I see something on her.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Very, very, very cool. And yes, I am.
Find the other link so I can get chat up.
What'd you say?
I gotta find the other link so I can get chat up.
Oh, the YouTube link?
Yeah. Where did you put it?
I put it in intermediate. I put the wrong one. I was inviting everyone into Hangouts first. Yeah.
I've done
Martha,
that.
I literally freaking got done putting everything, and then I have this remote keyboard, and I stuck it underneath of the shelf here, and then all of a sudden it goes bloop, and my whole computer went down. And then when I was trying to start it, then it says I have no internet connection. And I'm like, what? No. So I was getting ready to tell Nikki, you're going to have to do the class tonight because Crystal can't do it. And yes, I am sunburned. I have, I am. And you can see my nice little crow's feet right there where I squint my damn eyeballs. I do try.
I think what's funny is your fingers are white and the top of your hands are dark.
Isn't that crazy?
All her fingers are white.
Isn't that? Do you know why? It's because I hold a hose like this. That's why.
Uh-huh.
So therefore my fingers are underneath, but the top of my hand. So literally today at work, I wore a different pair of sandals because I also now have farmer feet tan. It's not bad enough to have the farmer tan on your arms, but then to have it on your feet. And so I thought, oh, I'm going to hike up the capris a little bit. So I folded them up, and then I wore a different pair of sandals on purpose. And do you know, just in today, I got a different tan line from them flipping sandals.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Just today. I mean, it's crazy. That sun is crazy. And I do put on sunscreen. I can't stand the smell of it. It drives me nuts and gives me a headache and makes me sick. But I do put sunscreen. But I do get very bright red and then I turn tan again. So it's a daily thing. And you'll also notice that this side of my neck is tanned and this side is not, because I'm always, for some reason, the sun's always hitting me this way.
Yeah, Laurel said she can't stand cream on her skin at all. And then
I
I put it on, it feels sticky. It's
I
like
don't
the bugs are attracted to it.
I don't mind lotion. Nikki knows because I'm a person that will take a 45-minute shower, and I've got to put on all my
Hour and a half.
well, that's putting on the Bed Bath and Beyond or Victoria's Secret and all that crap, you know. But
Mhm,
yeah, I'm
mhm.
kind of funny with it. Like lotion after a shower. I feel like I need another shower. I have to let my skin dry and then I have to put the lotion on. I can't do it with my skin wet. Yeah. And there's Victoria. Yeah, we're getting up close and personal here tonight.
Hey, Victoria.
How's your toe?
It's a hurting son of a gun. And then the first thing, there was this little old lady. She was so sweet. Okay. And she's wanting a shrub. And I love hibiscus. I love hibiscus. Okay. Also known as swamp roses. Well, anyway, so I was telling her she was going to get a lilac bush. I'm like, you should get a hibiscus, and then you can just cut it back. You don't have to worry about the woodiness, and it blooms the whole season, and yada yada yada. Anyway, do you know that she like starts to stumble back, and I'm like, whoa, 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 because she literally stepped on the side of my shoe. She almost stepped on my toe, and I'm like,
Oh,
you can't be doing that crap. And so here I am trying not, because if somebody steps on me, my instant reaction is going to be, boom, going to push you. And so I didn't want to do that to this little sweet old lady. And so I'm like, no, we can't be doing that, you know. And then I told her she said, what happened? I told her, she said, oh, that's the pits too, you know. She's like, I've done that so many times. I'm like, no, but it's broke. And then I showed her the black and purple, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's not good. Like, yeah.
no, it's not good.
Hey, Miss Shirley.
Hey Shirley, how are you? So how's everyone doing? So I have a couple questions. Okay. Number one, we're going to go over, of course, dry brushing. Okay. And there's my canvas. It's still this way. I've let it dry.
I actually finished my canvas.
And Nikki's turned
I
out
gotta see Nikki's.
beautiful. Look
Oh
at
wow, look at that.
I used the bronze frontage, y'all. And it has
Ooh.
black and copper or something in it.
that on your sleeve. Is that on your
Yeah.
work? Yeah. Yeah, put it up closer to the camera. Yeah, see,
Yeah,
you can't see. Okay,
that frontage is awesome.
so do you see the difference? What I was talking about yesterday with, I don't know if you were busy when I was talking about that. So with that frontage, what you have to notice, you need to play around with it, because if you just barely gently heat it and get it going, then you'll leave a lot of that black fleck and all those different flecks in it. Hers still has it in it. However, you can create different dimensions by heating it differently. Look at your beads and everything. Look at that texture. That looks so good.
I haven't even got that far yet.
Really, really good. Check out Nikki go.
Hey, this is my first one.
Yeah.
Now I can do the steampunk one. But I haven't dry brushed it yet.
Guess what we got in, guys? Hold on.
Okay, click on you.
Guess what we got in? You guys are going to freak the beep 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 out. Okay? We got in mitt form.
Shall I go get some?
Yes.
Yes, you absolutely should, because guess what? We got stuff ain't nobody out there got, because we jumped on that wagon as soon as the guy sent me the new release, and I'm like, okay, we don't want the old stuff that everybody else got, because it's a new company, but we don't want the old stuff. We want the old stuff and the new stuff. So we got, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, you guys are going to flip I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. And they're going to be like, you could put there's, oh my gosh, I got so many.
Okay, I just grabbed a couple of them because there's a lot.
I want you to show them that. I want them.
What?
I want them to see that steamer gauge, and I want them to see the circle.
Yep, I did. All right.
Let me tell you, it was so hard choosing things, but we kind of think we know what everybody else likes to do. And Nikki's all, Crystal, you did good. I'm like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that. So on like a Christmas ornament, I think it would be so cool. I can't. Oh, I gotta stop talking.
She is super excited about this.
I was all over Nikki today. Did it come? Has it came? Where it's supposed to be coming?
I know she's gone. I'm like, oh.
Look how big that is.
Oh.
Look how.
Railroad tie.
Look at
Oh,
that.
it's a half of one. Pretty cool.
Isn't that cool?
Oh.
Wait,
Just
can
gonna-
well, I don't want to talk too much. Look at that, and they're thick. Show them the thickness. Look at that,
Wow.
right?
Okay,
Oh,
that was that one.
And you guys got that big clot
Yep.
stencil. They would look great on that stencil.
Right?
That's what I was getting ready to say, and then I shut up because it's like there's so many ideas.
Yeah, I'm like, my mind is going crazy right
You
now.
don't want to bombard. You know what I mean? When your mind gets to going like that.
So this is
Laurel-
one.
Laurel will stay up and craft all night. When your mind gets going like that, it's crazy. And oh my gosh, yeah,
So
all
this,
are going.
they're the same, but one's smaller and one's bigger.
But one's the
Well,
big
you need a big hand and a small hand.
right, hmm
Yeah, and then you have this one, which is a little bit smaller,
right.
Ooh.
hmm
and it's the same.
Yep.
And then, of course, love the corners.
I'm so flippin' excited about the corners. I'm telling you what. Right? Look at that.
The corners. Then you have, I love these keys.
You can leave them like, or you can paint them and then hit them with the wax. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then they have different size frames. This is one of them.
I love that. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love
They
it.
have
That's
different
cool.
size frames. Then these big mama jammas.
We've been chomping at the bit. We've wanted to tell everybody so for a while about, look at that. So can you imagine that and then have that steamer gauge and then have the hand? Yeah.
Another
Oh.
key.
Gosh.
And they do have one key that has a gear on it instead of the key.
Right.
No,
I
I
didn't
like
see
that
that
key. I like that key.
Yeah, that one's a cool key. And then let's see if I can turn this around. Nope, can't turn that around. Come on, get out the way. Move. Get out.
Get out the way. Look at that. Look at that.
And then
Ooh.
she has the gears that we got are about this big as well.
Yep, we got 30 millimeter and 40 millimeter.
Yeah. So, yeah. This is just a few of my favorite things.
Yeah, so we're way excited. Way excited.
I think we're more excited about creating with them.
Right? Well, and then you wait until you see what's coming next. And I just got
boy.
confirmation it ships tomorrow, baby. So that you guys are gonna really freak out about.
Right.
Just saying.
Hey, I'm the teaser, so you gotta tell them what you're getting now. 'Cause you can't be teasing like I do.
Why not?
I will say this. The frontage goes very well with it.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good tease.
Yep, right?
Oh, I did my silver. Did you notice? Did you notice?
Look at you.
Look,
That looks really good.
you see my silver?
Yes, I do. Oh, yes. I see it up above the butterfly. I
Yep.
see it up there and below the believe. Yep. Mhm. Isn't it amazing though? Okay, so let's take a minute and look at Nikki's canvas.
Oh, okay.
So, you know how we talk about you want to have your eye go across a canvas. So Nikki has now perfected that movement in the canvas. So she's got it starting over at the left with the orange, and then she just dusted the orange of the wing, and then she brings it to the center, and then she carries it over to the right. And then she's got the flowers going across as well. She's got it going dusting across the wings, and then the bottom of the heart, the top of the heart, and on the side of the right wing. And then she's got a pop of blue just to complement it. But she and then she's also hit it with the silver to then highlight around, to kind of frame it in, I guess is what you could say. So yeah, very, 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 very nice.
And then this went actually very good because it had the same colors that were in the flowers and the red copper. So that kind of complemented it. And I still haven't dry brushed it because I was waiting for it to dry overnight. And sometime today too, because I started to put a little bit of the red copper on here, and all my little beady beads started falling off because they were wet.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing, is it's so hard. You really need to make sure that you let it dry, because it does start pulling off your dimension. When I was starting to dry brush mine, it was starting to pull off the all the texture and stuff, and I didn't want it to pull off the texture. Another thing is, you know, if you get it saturated, you also, as you guys noticed, it starts, when you start dry brushing, it will pull the color. And then, as I showed you guys yesterday, it will wick the color away. For those of you who were not here, I'm going to click on myself for a second.
Yes.
I did this little canvas yesterday, and I was, let me, I'm still on my head, my face. Hold on. Let me switch cameras. Careful, bug. So on anything that is not, I hope Jean's able to watch. Anything that is not porous, okay, it will still pull your ink, okay? If it is porous, then it's going to go ahead and dry and not pull the ink back up once it's dry. If this was still wet, then of course it's going to go ahead and wick the color back. And I did try, because I was just curious if it made a difference between gesso, because gesso is not as thick as, you know, your normal white paint. And so I didn't know if it would be better to dry brush with white paint. Well, it didn't make a difference. So, but back to the frontage for a minute. So as I showed you guys yesterday, so I think Nikki used this color, okay? So you can see how different, if you stop at different levels, like I showed you guys yesterday. And so if whoever orders this frontage, I want you to experiment with it first before you put it on something. Like maybe get a piece of Highland, maybe get a piece of filigree or something like that, and then just touch it, you know, maybe in this area with a little bit of heat, and then touch it in the middle with a middle amount of heat, and then the other side, touch it with a lot of heat, so that you can see. Because what happens is it will then, like, it changes. It just changes. It pulls out some of the texture, but then it's so hard for you to see it, because like Nikki's, I know what Nikki's looks like, but it's so hard for you guys to see on camera, like all of the flecking that's in it. It is so flippin' cool. It's really, really, really cool. Yeah, this turned out cute, huh? I actually really, really like it. Yesterday I wasn't too thrilled with it, but I actually really like it. Okay, so just a few things. I don't know. I haven't looked on the phone to see everybody's canvases. I had asked that everybody text me a picture. If you were comfortable to text me a picture of your canvases. Oh, I don't think anybody did it. Okay. Well, let me go up to the canvases then. Okay, here is, oh, look at Joy's. I haven't seen, I seen it at the beginning, but I didn't see it at the end. Is Joy in here? Is Joy? Joy's not here. Huh?
Let me text her.
I worry so much that some of these ladies don't get the email. Okay, so I'm just going to start with people that are here. Just because, we can do that. So Laurel, I'm going to put you on the spot. Laurel, what do you feel like you got out of the class? Because as a teacher, I want to make sure that you guys are actually getting something out of the class. So what do you consider your strengths? And then what do you consider your weaknesses? And what is it that we could do different to work on to help you better your weakness? Does that make sense?
To turn your weakness into a strength.
Right. There's Laurel's canvas.
Gorgeous.
Right. I think everyone's. I am
even finished.
So shocked at I'm not done yet, she said. Minus 10 points for Laurel. Okay. Well, you could still oh, there's Laurel's cute picture. Look at that cute girl. Look at them eyeballs. Just saying. Are your eyes blue or green?
They're purple. Don't you know?
You know what? It would not surprise me if we see her with purple contacts. I'm telling you, just saying.
So Laurel said she's learned how to use things she hasn't used before. She jumped ahead and now she's afraid to add the beady beads. So I haven't done it. Oh, don't be afraid to add the beady beads.
No.
The beady beads are like the easiest thing.
Just please. I learned better layering. Are they green? Yeah, your eyes are beautiful. So, well, okay, that's great because guess what? That's what we wanted. We wanted. It was all about layering. It was all about texturing. So that is fabulous to know. Okay, so and I've got Miss Joanne's right here. So Miss Joanne, what is
center?
I learned to wait and follow. Well, okay. Let me just say, Laurel, it turned out absolutely beautiful, and you seriously are fine. We got kind of caught in a situation because people got confused and thought that they were supposed to jump ahead and I get it. When you get inspired, Penny was having this problem. She says, I'm just so caught up. I just want to keep going and going and going. And I'm like, yeah, but you need to wait for the rest of the class. But I get it because I know, Laurel, you're one of those people, just as I am. I will stay up 24 hours creating because I am so inspired. Like this book, Bo,
14-hour show.
Bo was with me. Bo was with me when I made this book stack. Bo was with me the entire, what was it, Bo? Like a 12-hour class? A 12-hour video?
14. Yeah.
That was, I don't know if you've seen this, Laurel. It's a book stack that I turned into drawers. Anyway, yeah, Bo was there for the long haul. So was Carla. Miss Carla was there as well.
Brown Carla.
So yes. Oh, hey, June's not here.
Where's June's butt?
Yeah, June's not here. There's Bo. Yep. Bo.
June gets vacay and don't think she has to show up anymore.
Right? What is this? She thinks she can have fun on vacation? No, she needs to be in class. She still needs to be in school. Hey, Bo.
Yes, Bo. It was a long show. I conked out.
Happy birthday, Kelly Joe.
Happy
Birthday. I'm watching, but I'm also cooking supper. Say my name if you need me. Say my name. Say my name. Okay, so y'all got me stuck on this whole crafting
karaoke.
I'm not joking. We are going to start doing it. And y'all need to be able to hop on the panel because if I want you to sing, you need to be able to come and sing. Okay, Miss Joanne. So here's Miss Joanne's canvas.
I'm dreaming of a white
shabby chic, of course.
Her and her little shabby chic. So yes, happy birthday. Oh, should we sing?
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Oh, Millie wants to sing. Happy birthday, dear Kelly Joe. Happy
birthday to you.
and many more.
Okay, so Joanne, what did you learn in the class? And so now what do you consider your strengths and your weaknesses? What are some things that we still need to work on for you? And Laurel, I still want you to think about what we need to work on for you, to help you work on. What is it that you're just not, you're like, I'm there, but I need to go a little bit further. I need a little bit more, guidance. And that's what's so neat about these classes is like Laurel, common sense. She just, kind of said, or we seen on her picture, she was using a tray, a turkey tray to spray her canvas in. And it's like, duh.
I got mine.
Why have we not, done this, So, it's neat because we all learn different things from each other.
Okay, so Joanne has answered.
Lynn says, don't give up your day jobs. Lynn, what are you trying to say?
Hey.
We need to put her in timeout for 300 seconds.
So Joanne says she's learned to try new things.
Awesome. And what do you, so do you feel like, what do you feel like your strength is now from the class? Do you feel like there's a strength or do you feel like you need a little bit more work? Just curious. Oh, look. And then she says, sorry, Martha, you can sing. Dang!
Oh. Who was that?
Man. How rude. Laurel says, my biggest struggle is the layering of objects and not overdoing it. So.
That was mine too.
Yes, that was Nikki's. Nikki could not get past having one layer. And then when she went to the second layer, she was like, oh my gosh, And then now look at her. She's piling that stuff on. And she literally the other day was giving Martha guidance on how to pile stuff on. So it does take a minute because like Nikki is more of a, as you can see, she's still in the neat craft.
Yes, I am. I'm still, still has to be neat. I'll never get out of that. That's just me.
Yeah.
I cannot do messy mixed media ever.
You'll be surprised. I bet you will. Give yourself 6 months and I bet you will. Not that it won't still have a neat appearance, but you will get out of that comfort zone. I'm gonna make you.
I think that's a threat.
we gotta push her out of that comfort zone.
So Laurel said that's when working on a flat canvas, regular mixed media, I'm fine, but not on canvases.
Oh. So,
Look at all the buttons Joanne put on hers.
I know, it's so cute. Love it.
so you're talking about like doing the junk journals and the other things then, Laurel.
Yeah.
That's when working on a flat canvas, regular, mixed, medium, fine, but not on canvases. Okay. So then how were you, because you did that dress. So that dress was probably a little trippy for you too then, huh? That started getting you out of your comfort zone. I can layer on any object, but put a canvas down and I struggle. Huh. Isn't that interesting? See, I love to hear these different things because then it gives us ideas for how to help people overcome. Okay, work on not being afraid to mess up pretty. Right, Joanne. Work on not being afraid to mess up pretty flowers with paint and gesso. Yes,
That was me too.
I understand what you're saying, Laurel. Yes, but that's different. It's hard to explain. Yeah, I get what you're saying because that's an actual physical object, and you were working around that physical object, which was the dress, and you were creating a flow, a design with it, versus this is layer upon layer upon layer, and then build upon build upon build. I totally get what you're saying. I just want to hear people's mindsets. It's good to hear. It's good to have feedback. Okay, so Bo said, she said happy birthday to all. Birthday. I seen something else though. What did she say? Where's she? Well, I learned that you don't have to be afraid to try something new. Well,
Yep.
that's awesome, Bo. Bo, did you do a canvas then and we just haven't seen it? Uh-huh. She's telling on herself. Like, see, I got you, Laurel. She says, yes. See, I knew what you were talking about. I understand what you're saying, Laurel. I feel the same way too. See, this is great. This is great to know and hear and have this feedback. Okay. So who else is here? Victoria.
Oh my God.
Because Victoria,
Another great canvas.
even doing a canvas. And then I sent her a message saying, we would love it if you would. And then boom, she comes busting out of the woodworks with her canvas. I'm like, really? Oh, Talise! Hey, Talise!
Hi, ladies.
Okay. Oh, good. So Jean's here. She said it worked, hon.
Oh, good. And by the way, Penny's just not feeling well, so she'll be back to regular in a few.
Joanne, I have to say, I absolutely love that I hadn't even thought about this. And I don't know if you guys noticed this. So when I look at pictures, I actually zoom way in. I'm actually dissecting your picture, just so y'all know. So I can see, and this is not to call out Joanne, but I'm going to. I can see that with Joanne, she needs work on the layering part to build it up. Okay, meaning, and that's not that she's done anything wrong at all, but I can tell that she's not making it two-dimensional, that she's unsure about that because of how she's got her beads and then how she's got her buttons. But I had not ever thought about putting fabric on the paintbrush. She put fabric. This is fabric, right? I can tell the texture. Yeah, that's fabric. And then she went around it with pearl. And then she put a gorgeous piece of bling, which we need to talk about where you got that bling from.
Right?
Yes. And then she multicolored the paintbrush brush part, and then she's got her little complimentary acrylic. Are those acrylic flowers? And then she's also got the resin flowers. And then she's got a little angel. And the beads, did you paint them with, is that purple?
Oh,
that is so cool.
Lisa's saying Joanne probably got them from Esme.
Oh, you know what? I bet it is. Wow. Very, very, very nice. Very, very nice. And she did everything to compliment. If you guys remember when because the last time I seen her canvas was when she just did the stenciling, and then she did the spraying.
Laurel said, "Is there some kind of paper on the brush?"
That's what I was asking. Is that paper, or is that Yep, she said she got it from Esme. Is that paper or is that fabric? That is really neat.
Fabric ribbon.
Fabric ribbon.
Oh, wow.
That's a good idea, Joanne.
Yeah, I would have never thought of that. I would have never thought of that.
Well, you said texture, so there's texture.
Yep. Yeah, so she brought texture a different way. Because if you look at the fabric, then on top of it, it's got little tiny white flowers that are embossed on top of the already texture of the ribbon and the print on the ribbon. Wow, that's really pretty. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. Okay. So who else is next?
Talise.
Okay, Talise. Let me get Talise's picture.
It says that she needs something else on it, but she can't figure out what.
Okay, there's
Yeah. Did she put the beady beads on?
There's Talise. And Toby's not here either. She's another person. Oh, cool. Look at Talise's.
Oh, yay, the sun's going away.
Wow, look at that texture. And what is that texture? Is that the... It's so hard to tell in these pictures. I think that is some kind of like compound. Or she mixed...
What's the texture, Talise?
What's the texture? I found out I really love working with fabric. She said yes. Is it a joint compound? Was I right? That's cool. If so.
She said yes.
She goes gel medium and beady beads.
Oh, really? See, it's so hard to tell on these pictures.
See, beady beads is an actual product. Queen's Craft Fair is going to come up with their own version. Queen's Beady Beads.
Right? Wow. Okay, so Talise, tell us what your strong suits are. What did you we're discussing what we got out of the class. So what did you learn versus what do you feel is your strengths and what do you feel is your weaknesses? That really turned out pretty. And I love the butterfly. Do you see the bling on the butterfly? I love the bling on the butterfly.
Oh, that's cool.
I love that bling.
I love that. I love that. And then look at her little stamens over here. She's got little stamens right there. See, that's what's so fun, to find little hidden things. Like, look at her little purple gem. And then there was something else right here. And then her bling in the center.
She says, I have no strengths.
Oh, whatever, woman. You're so full of it. And then I love that piece up at the top. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Love, love, love it. Oh, I got food.
She said
Oh.
stamens for Penny.
Stevens for Penny.
Right? Yeah, Penny gotta have them stamens.
Right? Laurel got booted. The video shut down.
What?
I'm glad it's not just me. Sorry, I'm laughing, but
Yeah, whenever anybody else has technical difficulties, she doesn't feel alone.
nope. Yeah, that turned out very, very, very nice. Okay. So is there anything you feel like you need to work on? So what the reason why we're asking is not to put you on blast, of course. We're all friends here. We're all, hopefully comfortable with each other. I know it's still a little uneasy, but the reason why we want to know what are some things that you need to work on is so that when we're doing the classes, then we can focus on doing them. Like we're getting ready to start on the box, and that's why I gave the box dimensions this one. Oh, there's the picture of the beads without the, okay, I see. Boy, you really got some good texture out of those beads like that. That's really impressive.
Yeah, I love beads.
Well, she made it more thick.
Yeah.
Versus see, I make it a little bit more runny and spread it. She made it a little bit more thick, and so you could actually like push it down. I can see by this picture. Yeah. So that you see what I'm saying? You just learn different things. So, oh, sorry. Yes, you can. She's all, can we see? So there's a picture of it before she sprayed it. Hold on. Okay. I had a message up at the top.
What we're doing, Crystal.
Do you see the, I know, I'm gonna hold my hand up straight. Do you see, come on, you stupid phone. Do you see how thick her texture is?
Uh-huh.
So she put like a little bit of oh, hi Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
That's so weird to say my own name, sorry. I don't know why. It just trips me out. Just like when my husband has his friend Dennis come over. My husband's name's Dennis. And so it's so trippy to say Dennis to somebody else. Like, I don't know what it is. It's really weird. I'm weird that way. Anyway, hi, Crystal. How are you? We're glad you're here. She said, I know the feeling. See? I'm glad. It's Talisa's, Laurel. It was before she sprayed it. So that was the before. Where were we at again? This is before she sprayed it. And then see, she hadn't put those little, the bling on it and stuff like that, because of course you want them to still be shiny. And then here's hers after she sprayed it, if the camera will focus. So here's her pictures as she,
wow, that's sure looks different,
right? And then here it is after she put bling on it. And then there it is when she was, she looks like she's got some what is that, drippage trying to run down and giving some more dimension to it, which is nice. See, I really like that she sent pictures like this. I know I didn't ask you guys to do that, but it's really cool to have pictures like that, because then you can see the person's process and how they got there. And then that way, if I need to suggest, oh, hey, wait a minute, stop there and do this to create a different this, you know? So like Jean Joris, I'm going to bring her up again. I know I keep bringing her up, but she had done that. She's like, okay, I'm here, and then now I'm here, but I'm trying to get over here, but I don't know how to tell you I'm trying to get over there. What do you think I should do? And then I'm able to give her a suggestion, or Nikki's able to give her a suggestion. You know what I mean? And so that's why these pictures are so important. And so we can see your progress, see what you're thinking, see what techniques you've got down versus which techniques, you know, maybe you could work on a little bit, you know, and how could I give you a suggestion? Like, for example, blending paint, you know, how can I give you an example of that if I don't know that you were even struggling in the first place? Do you know what I mean? So that's why it's important. Daggone it, I was thinking of something though. I don't remember what it was now. Darn it. Oh, the box. So we will be starting on the box. But we're going to
Short break.
Oh, no. I'm not saying we're starting on it today. I'm saying we will be starting on, I'm going to give people a couple days for people that didn't buy the kit to either make a box out of, what am I trying to say? Out of chipboard,
cereal,
or a cereal box or something. Yeah, something like that. And it needs to be like a little 4-inch by
3.5 by 3.5.
Is it 3.5 by 3.5? Okay, 3.5 by 3.5. I couldn't remember what the.
Or you can do 4 by 4.
Yeah. You just want to stay within a certain little, you know, size, I guess you could say, because our reason for that is we don't want you to have to come up with a lot of texture. We want to kind of get you to focus on building texture now on a small piece. And then that's where you're going to really start panicking because, oh no, is it too much? Or is it just enough? And you can only, there's no mistakes. You know what I mean? You can only learn by creating. And if you won't let yourself create and learn the process, then you won't ever feel confident that, hey, I can do this, you know? And that's what we're wanting you to do is feel confident. So
you have to go blindfold.
Yeah, exactly. Put a blindfold on, start painting, and see what happens.
Yeah, and it's exactly what Crystal's saying. If you focus instead, like we have this big canvas, so there's a lot of room to play, even it out, and do things. But if you're focused on that one small area, then you have to learn how to layer, because
Right.
you can't put two pieces. Well, you can if they're very small, but you can put two pieces together. But you know, just that one small area and learning how to focus and put the texture on top of the layers and underneath the layers on the side of it, it's going to be very, because I know y'all are like, why did I get this little small box? There is a reason behind that. It's going to challenge you, just
Right.
like she said. It's going to challenge me because I've never done it.
Right.
So.
But it's important that we started this way. We were going to start with the small one and then go forward, but we actually need to start with a larger one so that you had more room to spread out, so that you could get comfortable with the layering process. Because if I said, hey, you guys, I want you guys to get this little box and I want you to pile a bunch of stuff on it, you guys would have all panicked. Every one of you guys would have panicked. You might think, oh, it's just a little teeny area, I'm only going to need a little bit of stuff. Nope. You need a ton of stuff. Look at it. I mean, it's piled. Okay. So we figured we would start this way and then work backwards to go forward. So there are reasons why we're taking these steps. And the next class is really going to be fun. The next
Said everybody made beautiful canvases. Yes, y'all did. I actually like y'all's better than mine. I want to trade.
It's
fun. Canvas trade.
Right? Oh, that would be fun, huh? What was really fun for Nikki and I is as you guys sent your projects, your pictures, I mean, then we would talk about each person's and say, oh my gosh, did you see this about hers? And did you see that about hers? And so that was so fun for us to be able to see your progress and see then
your character come out in your canvases as well. You can tell whose is whose, but just by the canvas. You know, Dainty and Chicy, and we know that is Joanne. Blingy, that's Talise. Purple, we know that's Laurel. Steampunk, Go Get 'em Girl, Victoria, who's hiding in the closet.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bring Miss Victoria out. So I know she was trying to stay in the background.
Come out the closet, Victoria.
Yep.
Come out the crafting closet.
You're out, girl. You're out. So, and I will say that putting that frame around it took it to a whole nother level. Took it to a whole nother level of that canvas. That really, daggone it. Why do I
would have never, and that's the funny thing about it. When you see everybody's, I would have never have thought to do what Laurel did, what Talise did, what Joanne did, or what Victoria did. It's like everybody had good ideas.
Well, and each person did what Martha spider running. Spider. And each person did what complemented their canvas, which was fantastic. That's what the kicker was. That's what made it absolutely amazing. So I had messaged Victoria and said, you know, we really would like it. And then next thing you know, she sends a picture and then she's got the butterfly across the canvas. I'm all, oh, look at her go. And then she sends this picture and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? And to think that we almost didn't get to see this, that really, really, really makes me sad. So I want you guys all to feel confident. I want you guys all to feel, all these posted in the group? Sorry, I'm behind. I haven't seen all the finished ones. You know what, Laurel, you're not behind. I haven't seen the finished ones either. I've been working my guts out, and I haven't either.
Got a spider.
I did mine today.
Yeah. Come on, Mama just got a spider.
Oh,
I forgot I was still live with you guys. Sorry.
Did you get it, Martha?
Yeah, I went and got the fly swatter this time.
Yeah, Laura, I just kind of did mine within the last couple of days, so.
It was a little black one.
So Victoria didn't buy the kit.
And neither did Joanne.
Right. And right. And I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, I didn't buy the kit. Okay. Hey, we know things come up, you gotta pay bills, you don't have money for a kit. Okay. We get it. But what's really neat is to see that they still want it to be part of the class and that they found a way around it to then be part of the class. And I think that is phenomenal. So, yeah.
Yes, Laurel, they are posted in the intermediate mixed media class. And you can probably scroll through like the photos. If you go to like settings and just do photos, you'll see all the photos. And it's probably easier to search.
Yep. Good.
The dogs are getting crazy.
So this butterfly is Victoria had won one of Nikki's giveaways one time at one of the shows. And right, isn't that what it was, Nikki?
Yes.
And so then she took that butterfly and put on that paintbrush. And then this is another piece that is a resin piece. I think Nikki sent her that centerpiece. I think so. But she totally, like, look what she used for her little beady beads. She used a bunch of those little, oh, if my stupid camera will focus. She used a bunch of those little seed beads and those little tube beads and stuff. And then she put wings, and I mean, look at her texture. But I tell you, that frame just, wow, amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then the little handful of gears up in the top corner, just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, and then who else is here that we can look at their canvas? Because Toby's not here. Yeah, see, here's a picture of Victoria's without the frame. So isn't that amazing that that frame did that? It just gave it something else different that I wouldn't have thought of. I just was like, wow, that really was smart. Okay, Joy's not here, right?
No.
She was a little while ago. She's here.
Was she, Joy?
Yeah, I seen her say hi.
Oh, there she. Yeah, she did say hi, Joy.
Oh, okay. So Joy.
Joy. There she is.
There's Joy. Okay. Joy, we're gonna go over your canvas. Where did it go?
Yeah, I think I'm framing mine too. After Victoria did that, I'm framing mine too, daggone it.
So Joy, and I remember that she started with doing her, she was wanting to do the, industrial steampunk look, type of thing. And so she wanted to do her, she was kind of going towards that, I guess is what I'm saying. So she wanted to do her paintbrush coral. And I thought, wow, that's really a cool color to be putting with the turquoise and then the brown back here. And then she brings in these pops of purple. And then she takes the turquoise, and then look at that butterfly she did at the top.
I love that.
I mean, and then
here at the top.
And then these are little beads, because I have these. And then I would have never even thought to use those beads as a complimentary little accent piece. And then again, she took the end of the brush and she brushed up or down, I don't know, but she mixed the colors that she's used throughout the canvas and then brought them through onto it. I just thought, wow, how neat is that? So it's so neat to see how different people, think. It's really, really cool. And I love her background stenciling. The stenciling is really, really nice. And then her little gears on the butterfly.
Love that.
Look at those gears on the butterfly.
Right. I love that. And the gear at the top.
Yep, and the little flowers. I mean, there's just so many things that, and then she took you can see that she took the waxes and on each one of the wings, she dusted each one of the wings with, if my camera will focus, she dusted them with either wax or paint. I think it's wax though, because it's shiny.
Yeah, the copper.
Wow, I just think everyone's just turned out absolutely gorgeous. So, Joy, what do you feel did I ask Victoria? Victoria and Joy, what do you feel that your strengths are and your weaknesses are? So, like things that we might need to.
Oh, there's Barbara Higgins.
Hey, Barbara Higgins. We were wondering about you. Wax on wings. Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, and then who else is?
Well, Barbara's here. I don't think Barbara's finished with hers though.
Right.
I'm not finished with mine. No.
Do me.
No, you're last. I'm joking. Okay, we'll talk about Nikki. Nikki, let's go over your canvas. Let me click on you.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
No, because I'm still learning.
Victoria said, I haven't figured mine out yet, LOL. And then Joy says, color blending is hard.
Now,
Okay.
I did just do the dry brushing too. I screwed that up a little bit though.
So Joy, I can't remember, or is yours paint or is yours spray? Let me look at it again.
Oh, post a picture, Barbara, please.
Oh no, I didn't know that, Joy. Where's your final one?
Oh, so we need a final from Joy and Barbara.
She's all, you do know you were looking around the final one. Oh, it's great. Oh, she said Stacy. I was like, oh, sorry. Because there's Joy's at the beginning. Oh, let me click on me real quick.
You need to click on you, yeah.
There's Joy's at the beginning. And then the only other picture I seen, down future in the group. Okay.
You can search Joy and it should bring it up.
Oh, where do you do that at?
At the top. You can search within a group.
Search in conversation. Oh, I didn't know you could do that.
You know, always teach an old dog a new trick.
Right? Okay, here's. Wow, it brings up everybody that said Joy's name. Holy crap. Look at it. Look how many times everybody said Joy's name.
Joy's popular.
Okay, how else can I do it?
You can look in pictures.
Oh my gosh. Do you know I didn't know that this was here?
You did?
I had no idea.
Yeah, you can, if you go into the thing and then scroll down, all the pictures are there, and you just look at the pictures.
How did I not know this?
What? You did?
No, she didn't.
She did?
Look at Joy. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Look at how. Whoa. I hadn't seen this picture yet. Look at how different. Look how different.
Uh-oh. Did she go away? Uh-oh, she got stuck.
Me?
Yeah, you got stuck.
Oh, is it back on me now?
Yes.
Okay, dang, you guys totally missed that reaction. I was like, oh, did you? I haven't seen that. She's all, you're not looking at the one. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Oh,
Right here, puppy.
knee texture.
Look at all that texture. Enjoy the journey. Oh my
She said it
God.
morphed on me.
Joy said her crafting crazy came out.
Oh, it looks great. It looks absolutely great. Okay, there's Toby's. Toby's not here. There's Felice's. There's Victoria's.
Whole new world, isn't it?
I had no idea you could do this. There's L'Oreal's. This is, whose is this? This is Jeans. Look at Jean. Okay, so is this a more current picture though? I don't want to be.
Yeah. See what she's doing, Laurel? If you go to the chat and you go to like group information and then just scroll all the way down, it'll show only pictures.
So if you go up on the top right hand corner and hit that eye, and then
Ooh.
you just scroll down, and then all the pictures are here. I had no idea. Had no idea.
Oh,
So-
and Barbara said she just sent a picture.
Oh, awesome. Will it show up here?
Yeah, it should be right at the top. And there, oh wow, Barbara.
Barbara just sent in a picture, and it's
Oh.
beautiful. Barbara's
Well,
is
mine says something's wrong. Look at the top of my phone.
Okay, I can show it.
It says something's wrong. Give feedback and report conversation. Okay. I don't-
look at Nikki's.
Go out and then go back in, and it should be all right.
Okay.
And then hit the top, and then go, scroll back down. You should see it.
Wow, I had no idea. Oh, look at Barbara Higgins. Oh, and she
But I
got
can go back to Joyce. I like enjoy the journey,
okay.
where she put enjoy the journey because
Right,
that
oh,
was
you
the journey for her.
You didn't hear me say that, huh? And I
No.
love, look at how she put the different color paints too. See, Joanne did that too. And that's so clever. And then all the little gears all over it.
Mhm.
And the little flowers and all those little beads. And her texture. And the gears with the flowers in the center. Wow. Yeah, I'm so glad you said. You know you're not looking at the right one, right, Crystal? Oh, no, that's if you find something wrong, you click on that. What?
Oh, she clicked on the wrong thing.
That is gorgeous. I don't see those anywhere. Holy cow, I want to see them up close. Right, Laurel?
Was Jean Jor supposed to be here? Did anybody send her a link?
Yeah. I emailed her.
Yeah, Nikki
She
did.
said she's not feeling well, so she may be just listening. So if you're listening, Jean, feel better and let us know how the doctors go tomorrow.
Yes. And we miss you.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, and see, this is Nikki's when Nikki started out. No, this is the other one. This is Laurel's when Laurel started out. That's
Yeah.
just, she did the spray across it.
Now, Miss Barbara Rose.
Okay, now we will do,
She should be on the top.
okay, there she is. Okay, so I'm going to throw you under the bus, Barbara.
Oh crap.
So she's cute. She's like, Crystal, I'm having some problems with, and I'm only doing this now that we've moved past that conversation. That's the only reason why I'm doing that. I wouldn't do that if we, and she knows this, if we were in the middle of the conversation. Oh, thanks guys. I just
Oh,
want-
there's Jean. Oh.
you poor girl. So Barbara was having issues with blending the paint and how to blend it and stuff like she's like LOL. And so we had a conversation. I actually called her and we had a conversation and I was telling her, okay, well, to get this, you can do this. You know, you can make the paint more watery. It just depends which color you want to go with, which one you want to make your prominent color and which one you want to make your accent color. And out of that conversation came that. I am so happy. Are you happy, Barbara? I bet she is thrilled. Look at that applique on there. See, and I wouldn't have thought to use an applique on there either.
Yeah, I know.
See,
I
I'm
love it.
with Joanne. Like Joanne said, she doesn't want to mess up flowers. I'm funny about the appliques. I'm really funny about the appliques because they cost some dinero, you know, and so nobody wants to mess them up. But
I like how she put the keyhole at the top, but turned it upside down.
right,
That was perfect.
I was actually just getting ready to say that, and I love the little teeny bow on the top.
Uh-huh.
I love that cute little bow. And then
And
I like that she took the beads and then she created a flow. She made your eye go across from butterfly to butterfly. She made your eye go across with wing to wing. She made your eye go across from color to color. She did a little corsage here of flowers, but it's not so heavy that it takes away from the applique, and it doesn't take away from the center of the canvas. Do you know what I mean? This is not your focal point. The entire thing is your focal point. So very, very, very nice job. Very nice job. Are you happy with it? So what do you feel is your strengths and what do you feel is your weaknesses, Barb? That's what we've been talking about is what things have you learned and feel as though, okay, I've got this in the bag and now I can go forward, versus what things do you feel like you still need to work on? And then we're going to go to Nikki after Barb's stuff.
Because Nikki got issues.
Whatever. I had no idea you could see all these pictures like that.
She learned how to blend.
That's
most important.
right? That's awesome. How do you feel about layering? Still don't like layering.
Oh, she's not gonna like the box.
Right?
Get ready, Barbara. Get ready to do the box.
Right.
I'm like, no, I'll let my husband do it. She'll be like, Billy, layer that.
Right. So I was saying earlier, Barbara, we started out on this. I'm gonna click on me again. We started out on this, and since Jean just woke up, we started out on a larger area. We went back and forth. We started out on a larger area, so that you could have more area to spread out and create layers, and it not be so jam packed. But now we're going to go to a 3x3 box, 3.5 by 3.5, 4x4 box. And then you're going to create layering on it. You're going to create texture, and then you're going to create the layering. And it's a little area, and some might think, oh, it's just a little tiny thing. Well, that little tiny thing starts looking very, very, very junked up. So it is normal to feel that way, just saying, okay? So when we get ready to go forth, don't feel like you're going out of your mind because you can't get it to not look junky. It's okay.
I'm gonna give you perspective. The top of the box is about the size of the bristles on the brush. That is the area. 3.5 by 3.5.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to, grandson just been sick everywhere.
Oh, poor baby. Pedialyte.
Yep. And if he doesn't want to drink it, make Pedialyte popsicles. Or ice cubes even, but popsicles are great for him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you didn't click on yourself, by the way.
Oh, I didn't. Oh. Okay.
That.
All right, Nikki. We're clicked on you.
All right. Hold on. Let me shut the dogs up. Y'all, calm down. I'm talking. Go sit down somewhere. Go lay down. Okay. So I have problems and still have problems with sprays. I still do not know how to use sprays.
I mean,
Really? Yeah.
it's okay. We can't hear them. They're like you can hear them a little bit. They're not a problem.
So I always tend to go back to the colors that I always feel comfortable with, which are the greens, the blues, and the browns, because really can't mess those up. So that's, I mean, as far as sprays, paints I do better with, but sprays I still have a hard time with the sprays. So I'm going to go back and watch Crystal's video when she did sprays. So that's where my issue is.
So when you say you have trouble with the sprays, do you mean that you're having trouble keeping one color here, one color here, or you're having trouble
Like, yeah, like blending them and to where it doesn't look like it's mud, but it actually looks like it's blended from one color to the other. I have not got that down packed yet. And so that's where my issue is going. It's easy. It is easier with like distress oxides and stuff like that. But with the, with the Lindy's, I like the flats and I like the Moonshadow Mist, but it's the blending that I still need help with. So I am going to go back and watch that video again because I do like the effect that it gives, but I just don't know how to use it.
You like the flats, huh?
I do like the flats, and I do because when with the Moonshadow and then using the flats over top, it turns out great. And I'm just using Beady Beads. This may be my third time using Beady Beads. So and she will tell you I will not use Beady Beads on top of this. Is the first time I actually used them on top of the project. I could not get the concept of why I'm going to put Beady Beads on top of the project and mess up my little my composition. Yeah, the dogs are playing. I did not put them in the cage and I regret it. And that's the little one, not the big one. He's a little firehouse. Hold on, I'm gonna yell at them. Go get your water. Go get your water.
Hush up.
All right. So I did dry brush it. So you'll see the Beady Beads come out a little bit better. Like they pop off the darker paint. And I did try to keep the darker paint under the Beady Beads. I forgot what they're called. Art stones, yeah. So I tried to paint a little bit darker because I knew I was going to dry brush it and bring it out. And so I like the effect of having that dark area and then the Beady Beads be light.
Yeah, it gives it a whole nother definition. It really gives it a lot of dimension.
Yeah, they were actually colored dark and then blue and then light again. But once you do, you'll get that dimensional kind of look. So,
well, I really like that you used quite a bit of them, and I like that you then accented with the large ones.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like that.
Hello.
Right? I started using the beads in the gel medium.
Right. I still haven't got it. I get like really anxious because I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna look all messy and messed up. And for like the first half an hour, I was like, what did I do?
Yep.
But then after you spray it again and then lighten it up and keep spraying it, it actually started to look better and I was a little bit calmer. Joanne
said, I use the art stones with heavy matte gel. So let me tell you, Joanne, okay? That heavy gel, it sucks to put those beads on. This soft matte gel is, oh my gosh. And so I'm thinking if you watered down like some glue, just regular PVA glue, you would probably be able to do the same thing. I don't know. I have not tried that. I will try it and I'll let you know. But yes, to do it with this is so hard. So she says, I use the art stones with heavy matte gel. I wish I had known I could have used my fingers to place them. I had to use 2 brushes to place them. Poor girl. Poor girl. How do you know when you get to the point, enough point of the art? Well, I'm the wrong one to ask about that. I love, love, love the texture, the look of the art stones. When you're looking at it and you say, "Oh, maybe that's a little too much," that's when I would stop. See, I think you could have used more personally, Joy. I really do. I think that you could have like piled some and then like pile some and then spread a little bit out, and then pile some more and then spread a little bit out. But it also depends on if you're a person that likes that. And I'll show you again this. Sorry, my bird is decided he's got to squeal right now. I don't know why, but like this here. Oh, I'll click on me. This here you can see, I used the minis, okay, and then I went through, shove some there, shove some here, shove some here, you know what I mean, and then I went through and then put the larger ones, and then there's the medium ones. It just depends what look you're wanting to go for. I really, really, really like them. Love them. And I use DecoArt heavy gel medium gloss, $3.19 at Michael's. DecoArt heavy. And mix some white gesso art stones with it. Oh! Huh. Anyway, so it just depends the look you're going for. Like I really, really, really love the look of the art stones. I love it. I don't know what it is, but I really, really, really love it. So it just depends on you. And that's when I stop personally, is when I'm like, okay, there's a little bit, I'm getting a little carried away with it. But some people may not even like to use as many as what I use. So it just depends on personal preference, And the more and more and more you try and get familiar with it, the more you will see, and they will fall off. That one, as a matter of fact, is the one I had done with the heavy the heavy body gel. But with this soft matte gel, it makes it easier, because you literally can put it on, roll your brush, and wipe it off. You don't need 2 brushes, nothing like that. Okay, let me click back on Nikki. Okay, Nikki, we're back on you. She must be busy with the dogs or something.
Yeah, she just said that she's going to take them out real quick.
Oh, I had no idea. Okay, so we're going to jump into dry brushing. So let me get a. Oh, I'll show you guys really quick. So this is how the crackle turned out. My toe hurts so bad. This is how the crackle turned out. So see, after it's actually dried and set up, it really gives it a nice look. And then after I'm going to do some, I never did do some more crackle stuff on here. I still got to do that. But I'm going to put like a stencil probably on here and a stencil on this side. And then, decorate it full of flowers and stuff like that. But, yeah, So that's what the crackle ends up looking like. And you can see here the paint was a little bit thinner, and so therefore you have smaller cracks versus here it was thicker. This was where it was sagging. Remember the saggy crack?
Uh-huh.
And then and then here it was just little short brush strokes. So you can see the little teeny cracks because it was just little short strokes. And I kept everything running this way. That's the other thing I was going to say is you could, if you want, you could do like one side pulling it this way, and then you could just run the brush up that way on something else going a different direction to give you a different look of crackle, if that makes sense. But like, see these big ones? I love those big ones like that.
Yeah, big ones are cool.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like that there, I love that. That whole look of that. But you have to really get your paint on thick to be able to do that.
Big cracks, thick paint.
Right?
And Barbara said Billy would like the canvas. He took pictures and was showing the people he worked with and his family.
Oh, isn't that awesome? Oh, that's so sweet. That's so awesome. He's such a good guy to you. You are definitely lucky. He is a good guy. And then if you're working on something that's rounded like this, okay, you want to like lay it down, do one side, do the other side, and then stand it up and then do the top. Because you wouldn't want to do this and keep going all the way across, because then there's a chance, if you're wanting it to be thick, there's a chance it could sag. So you want to be careful with that as well. Okay, so the purpose of dry brushing. Some people don't know the purpose of dry brushing. So the purpose of dry brushing is exactly what Nikki said, is you can see that you have a little teeny bit of highlight on this, but once that was a great lesson last night, Crystal. I see now it's okay to not cover everything. It gives it a very aged look. Right, Joanne? I absolutely love the crackle. Love it. But it is, like I say, it does take you a minute to get it figured out. So the reason for the dry brushing is to just bring forth the different texture that you have. So like me, I'm going to dry brush it, and then I'm going to let it dry overnight, and then I'm going to probably hit it in a couple more spots with waxes. Oh, you're fine. You're fine, Barbara. You're fine. Thank you, though. You're fine. I just I worked on. Oh, I don't know if you've seen this. I worked on this because I had started this on Saturday. So I had worked on this, and then I let it dry overnight, and then I came back yesterday and then was working on this. But then I was going back and forth. I worked on this, let this dry for a minute, and then I'd go and work on the crackle, and then went back and worked on that. So I was kind of killing two birds with one stone. Because it is hard to do, when you're doing a live video. Man, look at my Prima paintbrush. It is so beat up. Look at that. It's very, 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 very well loved. I have new ones, but I don't want to pull them out yet until these are completely just done. So you just want to, and people do this several different ways. You can load your paintbrush up, and I'm just using paint instead of gesso. You can load your paintbrush up. Dang. Maybe it is time to retire this brush. Dang it. So you can load your paintbrush up, and then you can pull it over here and then just fan off like the heavier parts of it. And then you're just going to start, and you're just going to, so like here, if you're working over top of the art stones, I'm going to load it a little teeny bit more. You're just going to go in and then pull it out. Go in, pull it out. And you're just lightly going across. So many people get stuck on this, concept that they've got to go back and forth and stuff like that. And you don't have to. So I'm just going in. I'm trying to make sure that I'm just hitting different highlighted spots. The spots that are more forward, I'm trying to bring them more forward to you, if that makes sense. So you can just see, just from this little bit that I've done, you can see how much that brought that forward just by doing that. And if you don't believe that you're doing it good enough, take a picture before you start, and then take a picture halfway through, and then take a picture after you're done. Because it changes in front of your eye, you forget what it used to look like. And so if you'll do that, then you'll remember, oh, it did used to look like that. Wow, that did make a difference.
And if you have a light finger, you can use your finger.
Right. Yep, if you're not heavy-handed. Yeah, Amy's not here either. I don't know if she got the link or what. I don't remember if we added her back to the group or not.
She was last Monday. She was here.
Yeah. So I'm just going in, pulling out, going in, pulling out. And then if you feel like you're not getting enough just going one direction, come back and go a different direction.
Yes, Barbara, it's called dry brushing. And as Crystal has said earlier at another time, that the older the paintbrush, the better.
Yeah, the more it's beat up, if you can find a junky old paintbrush, that's your best friend.
You're welcome, honey. I've got a couple beat up brushes that I keep handy.
Mm-hmm.
Got that one that's kind of old. Oh, wait a minute, where am I at? That one. And I've got another one that I've got two ends.
And don't throw away your old paintbrushes. Like after they're like completely done, use them on a canvas. Save them and use them on a canvas. If you can't dry brush with them or whatever, use them on a man. This brush is falling apart now. Okay, I've got to probably retire it or take off the silver stuff off of it.
One broke, so I added it to the other end of this one, and they're both like dead brushes.
Hold on, let me click on you.
Oh, cool.
Oh, oh, that's smart. Wow, you could do two colors at once. You could do one, you know what I mean? Be working with two colors.
Yep.
Oh, look at that mandala.
Great.
Neons.
Love them colors. I love that pop of red in the center.
It's pink.
Oh, is it really?
It's neon pink.
Oh, wow.
Barbara said the dogs are barking and couldn't hear you. So you might need to go over dry brushing. What is dry brushing again?
Dry brushing is to dry brushing is to bring forward and a lot of people use gesso. I'm just using white paint because it's right here. So you see how this texture is in the background versus now on this side the texture it sticks out at you. That's what dry brushing is. It's to bring forth that color. And then sometimes it can be to mute. It's used for different things. So like yesterday, so if you watched the video yesterday, see, I need to get better at explaining things when I'm doing them because I just automatically think that everyone knows and I need to stop doing that. So like these, I had sprayed on this, okay? Then I went back over with gesso and then I sprayed again, then went back over with gesso because I wanted it to be a color, but I wanted it a muted color, but I still wanted it strong enough that it made a difference, if that makes any kind of sense. And then after I got it to the color that I wanted it, then I went in with the waxes and just highlighted it. So the dry brushing technique can be used for different reasons.
So Talise is looking forward to getting her paint dotting tools in. And Joanne said Martha and the Vandellas. Now I've said that. Been wanting to forever. It's been pretty funny these last couple of shows.
Right? It sounds like a band. Martha and the Mandalas.
It is a band.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, way long ago.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Uh-oh. Martha and the Mandalas.
Yeah, I think Joanne has loosened up since she's done a canvas.
Right? Yeah, she was funny last night. Let me tell you. She was off the chain. I'm like, we corrupted Little Sweet Joanne. We were even talking about it off the show, after the show. Okay.
Now that area you can really tell when you dry brush it.
Isn't that crazy? How it pulls it forward like that? It is so nuts. And if you go one way and you don't feel like it's enough, come back and go the other way. Some people that scares them because then you're getting it too you're bringing it too forward. So if you're nervous, do it one way, take a picture, then come back and do it another way if you don't feel like it's brought it forward enough.
So Joanne said that Martha and the Vandellas was a Motown band from back in the day, and then she added in, she's always been loose. Joanne.
Yep, I can't even remember one song they sang neither.
Come on, Joanne, spit it out.
Go ahead, sing it, Joanne.
Oh, I know. We need to put her on bring her on the panel. Let her sing.
You can start singing.
Send her the link. Okay, this stupid. There it goes. My paintbrush. Look at my paintbrush, Nikki.
Oh, good God.
You see it?
Oh yeah, it's almost done.
Right.
You'll be using that on a canvas next.
Right. Exactly.
And Barbara said, "Go, Joanne, go, Joanne, go."
But yeah, dry brushing is just to pull things that are in the background forward. That's all that it is. Or to mute colors. I mean, it's used for several different reasons, but in this scenario, I'm using it to literally just pull the color, the texture forward.
And it's usually the last step once you finish your canvas,
Yes.
unless you're adding something that doesn't need dry brushing on.
Unless you're adding like blings or something like that, or you want to do just touch a little bit of wax on there, you can, which I will do. You can then hit it with wax after, and that will be fine as well. But you want to let it dry. You don't want to. Some people will use their heat tool and dry it. I don't like to use the heat tool and dry the dry brushing because I feel like it will start soaking up color, is what I've noticed.
Joanne said it's dancing in the street.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember now.
Jimmy Mack. She said dry brushing is easier for me than applying wax. See, it took me.
There's
Yeah.
Carla. Hi, Carla.
Yeah, it took me. Hey, Carla. Oh, girl. How you doing? Yeah, it took me like probably about 6 or 7 tries to really get that dry brushing down pat. I actually had to use a silicone, like what is that, little sauce or butter spreader or oil? Yeah, that thing. Noodle brush. Yes, that's what I actually used first, and then once I kind of saw the concept and how it worked, I was able to kind of
move forward.
Transition to a actual brush.
Right.
So that kind of helped me.
I will say, because these little art stones, the larger ones, are not porous, they will start mixing your paint. So you sometimes will have to let it dry. So I will let this dry again, and then I will go over these again, because you can see, do you see how they're white, but they're also drawing out that pink? And I want this to stay very much this color. I'm not wanting it to change too much. And that does it. Does anyone have any? And you can hit it around. Okay, so like here, I can hit it around these different spots. Okay, and then it's going to soften. It's going to soften the color of paint, but then it's also still going to leave my texture and leave highlights and deep tones in that texture. So it just depends, what you want out of it. It's another technique. Another technique under our belts, girls. We're getting there.
Yay!
Right? Does anyone have any questions? Questions? Anyone? Bueller?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. I'm waiting for questions.
Okay. Almost spilt my paint.
Uh-oh. Nope, don't do that.
Okay. And that's going to wrap it up.
So now what you can do once you have your box, and if you did not buy a kit, I think the boxes are literally like 20 or 25 cents, maybe 30 cents over at Joann's and Michael's. And
ain't nothing that cheap at Michael's.
Yeah, I want to say they're about $1.99.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe $1, but I'm thinking they're
I
$1.
would have caught them on sale then.
Yeah.
But you can go ahead and pre-gesso your box. If you want to do light, then white. If you want a darker look, then you can gesso it in black. But then if you do have crackle paste or have any crackle paste left over from the kit, you can go over the crackologist video last night, and you can crackle it.
I just showed them what it looked like.
Crack-a-lackin'.
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah. And it really does not take a lot of crackle medium at all.
Nope.
To do it.
That thing of crackle will last you for a long time.
Yeah, like I did everybody's kit. I've used it several times, and I still got half the jar left.
Yep. But yeah, if everyone will make a box, get a box, if you can keep it within, a 4 or 5 inch range, it would be fantastic, because then that way you're getting the concept. It's really important.
Let's go back to the dry brushing. Joy had a question, and she said, do you always use white or black to dry brush? Good question.
You can use black, but the black, of course, is going to give you a very dark look. And so, like, for example, your canvas, you would be fine doing that because your background is so bright and colorful. But someone like, of course, like the color that I just did, I'm not going to use black. So it just depends on the tones that you've used. But yeah, you could dry brush with black. Absolutely. You can dry brush with any color. However, people that are really into like the shabby chic, they always will dry brush with the white. So it just depends on what the look you're wanting from the canvas or from the piece of art, whatever it is that you're creating. But yeah, very good question.
And then
you can use waxes too.
And Victoria says, how come I always pop in at crack time?
You just got a knack for the crack. Just saying. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and put this crackle on here. And you can, like, you want to be careful, of course, when you're applying the crackle medium. You do want to be careful because if you create big, thick pockets, then it won't dry for like days. So you want it thick enough that it's going to cause a crack, but you don't want it too thin either, because if you do it really thin, you won't get a good crack. So you want it so that it looks coated, but then when it dries, you can see a little bit of a shine on it. It's not like overly shiny. If it's overly shiny, you're going to get really big cracks too. And it's going to need a few days for the paint to dry.
Yeah, you always want good crack.
Yep. Nikki was dying to say that. Did you hear? She's like,
I was cracking up last night. And then I took a pain pill.
So I just want to say thank you to everyone for participating. And I love the fact that even the people that didn't get the kit, that they participated as well. So thank you very, very, very much. That was fantastic.
I want to thank Crystal for being the absolute bestest teacher.
Oh, thank you. I try.
Okay, so I'm just going to give y'all a little heads up on how it's going to go for the next class. So,
Roach.
so what we're going to do is if you go ahead and prep your box, we're going to start on the box next week, right?
Yep.
Because Crystal's going camping. So, but she'll be back Monday, so we'll go ahead and start the box. So what you can start doing with the box is start laying out your composition like you did with the brush. You can also, if you don't want to put it on top of the box, you can always draw like a 3.5 by 3.5 inch square and just start working from there. And use your resin pieces, flowers, metal pieces, whatever you find. Again, buttons, butterflies, or whatever, and start layering. And then think about, you know, where the art stones will go, where beady beads will go. If you had the little, I had actually, before I got the little beady beads, I had styrofoam balls that were $1 from the store. I think they sold them at Christmas. I'm going to actually use those. Yep. And just start building up your composition. So then you'll get a better idea of where you want to go once we start getting into doing the box.
However, if you do use those styrofoam balls, if you have them, okay, they will melt with a heat gun, and
you have to let it dry.
And they are very, very, very resilient to your inks and sprays and paints. So you will need to mix them with some white paint, white gesso, because gesso is glue and paint. So you want it to glue and paint it, and then you'll be able to go for it.
Yeah.
You want to be careful with a heat tool.
Yeah. And it usually is the last thing you're going to put on there, and
right.
You have to let them dry. Yeah, I was going to say that. Thank you. She reads my mind. I swear. So then the other thing, I have some of those shot balls. And also you know, with the mini art stones, I mean, sand, if you put sand in gesso or paint, that will give you like a sand texture as well. So, you know, if you have a big thing of sand, that will give you, you know, that as well. The other thing is that we're only going to spend a week on the box. So whatever instruction or questions that you have, please make sure that you give them to us on Monday, because we're not going to spend a lot of time on the box. We will do the box, and then we will go over both the canvas and the box the next week. So you'll have a week to do the box. You don't get enough time. Then we're going to take about a month break, or maybe a month and a half, because it's July and Christmas in July is coming. Get everything ready. But yeah, we're going to do some other projects in between, and then start gearing up towards doing the advanced. So between now and the time we start the advanced, and we're going to give everybody a good amount of time for the advanced kit. It's not going to be as expensive as this kit. We do have, if you want more molds or whatever, I do believe I sent you a message.
Yep, and I said yes.
Okay. So next week on the last class, and I know everybody's not here, but on the last class, I'm going to need everybody here, because we will be giving away a gift certificate to Queen's Craft Fair, or $20 off your next kit. So that would be almost
nice.
Free kit. Yeah, it'll be almost a free kit, because like I said, the other kit's not going to be as expensive. And as Crystal said, she's been wanting to do the Finnabair inspired side view head metal conglomerate hair afro of things picture. I don't know what it's called. So we will start getting everything together for that. And that's going to be more, it's going to be new techniques. There it is. But it will be the same techniques. So it's going to be the same techniques, but they'll be applied in a different manner. If you kind of get with different things.
Right.
So
there's a reason why you're learning all the things that you're learning.
Yeah.
Telly just says, how much did that yes just cost?
So somebody asked, so do we go ahead and do the box from start to finish? No, but yes. Okay, so it would be great if you could have it gessoed. It would be great if you could you've got a stencil. I can't remember how many stencils we put in this kit. The reason why this kit was expensive is because of the resin, because of the molds. We don't like to, make our kits expensive. We try to keep everything down as much as we possibly can, within reason, So if you can gesso your box, figure out what you're going to do with it. What color do you want it? What your end result is going to be. If you will look at this box, okay, and
post a picture of it and the
Yep.
intermediate.
Yep. And so you're going to be looking for something like this, okay? Because again, this whole class is about layering. So if I don't hear anything else out of anybody except for that they got layering, that's what I'm looking for. And I don't want you to just say, yes, I got layering. I want you to actually feel comfortable with it. Of course, it's going to take you a minute to get, grasp the concept. It's going to take you trial and error to build, and then, look, you actually have to look at it. You can't learn. You can learn from watching me do it, but you're going to learn more from you doing it. Okay. And you'll learn where your mistakes are. Like, who was it? Joy that asked, Joy had asked, how do you know when you've got enough texture on it? It's just a personal preference. It honestly is. And so you just have to figure out what you like. Like Nikki said, Nikki, it took her a while. She could not get past the one layer. And then it still is, I can't do messy. This is as messy as it gets. And this still looks pretty cool, I think.
Yeah, I don't do messy
stuff. And anybody that I've shown that to, they're always like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. So it must look kind of cool. You know what I mean? So it's just learning and being comfortable and repetition. If you keep doing it, then you'll be more comfortable with it. So if you will paint gesso your box, if you want to, if you can go ahead and stencil your box, excuse me. See, hindsight 2020. See, I would have stenciled my box, and I know this is not the box you guys are doing, but this is just what I have that's available right now for me to show you.
That looks like the bottom of an old coffee grinder box.
Right? It's actually one of those little those boxes that you get from Michael's for $1.99.
Yep. And those would be good to get too.
Yep.
Yeah. If Joanne wants to, if you're going to not stencil Joanne and you want to put down lace as your texture, go ahead and paint the gesso the box and put down your lace as your texture, because it can be a shabby chic box.
Mm-hmm. Joanne, the thing that I would suggest for you is, so if you've got a button here, where's my buttons? If you've got a button here and a button, and I know the layering thing is a big thing for people, but if you will just do me this favor and trust me, layer your buttons like this, and then take another button and put on top of those two buttons. And here's the thing, think about where those hole placements are. So have that button kicked out so you can still see that hole. Have this button kicked out so you can see both holes.
Cool.
And do you want to spin it so that you can see the holes like that? And then do you want it to, to create an arch? Do you want it to create a V? Do you want it to create a line? You know what I mean? And that I think will give you more dimension by doing that as well. And then you could even, if you do those two buttons and then you do that, and then you can even add a bling on top of it or a flower on top of it, but make the buttons big enough that, so start with like medium-sized buttons and then do like a bigger button, or medium-sized buttons and do small button, and then make sure that your flower or whatever's going to go on top is a little bit smaller than that button, so you can still see that button, so that button still has a purpose. And then Barbara Higgins, if Barbara Higgins wants to do like a lace applique, you know, we'll put a lace applique on, but then, you know, maybe paint the applique, or you can spray the applique, or if you don't want to do that, because then you can turn around and highlight it with gesso or white paint like I just showed you, and then that's going to bring out all of that texture. But if you will, you know, if you'll do, like, let's just say a lace applique and then lay something across it, doesn't have to be a word, and then lay something else across it, like that just gives you, so it brings you into another realm. And the only reason why I'm saying that to you guys is because you guys like that shabby chic style, and I'm just wanting you to layer, you know, do a little bit more layering. Not that you didn't do wonderful. I'm not picking on you at all. I'm just it's a teaching moment type of thing, you know. You know, just as well as you know, anyone else, you know, with getting some darkness. You can see there's dark, okay? Because I did notice on a lot of people, everyone got really, really, really sketched out when Crystal said put a black blob behind your stuff. Everyone freaked out. Don't freak out. It's just another element. It's okay. You can always fix it. It's not a big deal. But here we've got black behind this, you know, and this I wanted a really, really, really deep grungy look, you know. And so you know, just look at your layers, think of it like that. Focus on your resin pieces, look at your composition, maybe start piling things on just to see how you're wanting the end result to look. So if you'll gesso it, stencil it, you can paint it, and then if you will get your composition ready, maybe put down the first layer of your composition. That will be fine, meaning, so I would have just put down this wooden doily. I would not go any further than that, just so that then you can send me your next pictures and we can go from there. But I'm really wanting you to stencil and get some texture as well.
So Barbara said, can you layer the lace? Does that count?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
And then Carla said, wait, you told me not to use black. Laughing, just kidding. So another thing too that I personally want to try out is that, you know, if you have lace and you don't mind using one of your, I want to say cheaper lace, but just cutting. Yes. You can actually put the lace down and you can texture through the lace, and that's going to give you that lacy texture underneath.
Yep. So you can use your lace as a stencil.
Yes. And that's
so you can take your texture paste, okay, and you can go over it. I can lay this on, put a piece of lace here, and then I'm going to have to really take a squeegee and squish that texture paste in there if the holes are tiny, okay? And you're going to make sure that that lace stays still, then pull that lace up, and then go wash it in the sink. So then you've got two purposes. It was just a stencil, and now you can reuse it later as lace and let it air dry.
And the texture really does come out really nice.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's absolutely gorgeous.
So there's a lot.
Another thing you can do is you can use it as a mask. So let's say, for example, this right here. Let's say I want this. Let's say this is a pretty heart, okay? And so I'm just using the texture and going on the outside of this, and then I'm going to pick this up, and then there's going to be a triangle there, okay? So you can do it that way as well.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we want you to do. Gesso, if you're going to crack a lacquer, then you can crack. Just don't use too much crack, okay? Just crack to get the job done. And then you put your texture paste on, let it dry, and then start messing with your composition on the side. And then when we come back Monday, then we can either go over blending and painting again, because what I want you to try to do is use the 2 or 3 colors. You can use the same colors if you like those, and then try to blend them on that small box and see how it comes out. Go over the lines, circular motions, pouncing, everything, and try to do that small area and blend. And then once we come back Monday, we'll go over any questions you have about the box. You can post pictures in the intermediate mixed media and ask questions. And then we'll go ahead and
then we'll go to the second part. I don't want them to I don't want to just say, just have at it. I want them to just do those certain steps so that we can then help them with the layering part. I just feel like we need a little bit more help with the layering. Not that everyone didn't do a great job, but with that small of an area, I feel that there's going to be a lot of concerned people once they get started.
Yeah. So then when we come back Monday, then if you have any questions, and also post pictures, and then we can answer all the questions, and then you can go ahead and glue stuff down after the class.
You can do process pictures, I would love to have it from, just so I can see what you're thinking, because this is so hard. You have no idea. I wish that's how come I was wanting to get you guys on a panel, because me and wrapping my head around not being able to be right there with you and showing you, oh, just do this, you know what I mean, is so hard for me. And so that's why at first I was being like kind of controlling, you know what I mean? And I wasn't trying to be. It's just I wanted you to have a certain result. And I just was so afraid that if I let you just go with it, you weren't going to get that result. But every single one of you guys got the result that I was wanting, which was the texture. So yes, that's great. So that means that I did what I was supposed to. So yeah, if you guys can, take a picture of the box, then take a picture of it gessoed, then take a picture of it textured, and then take a picture of it painted. That is great.
And then you can take all the pictures, and then you can put them in your journal when we do a journal. This is my journey to my box.
Yep.
That didn't come out right, but
here's my box, and here's my crack.
Right?
Crack on my box.
Here's my box.
Got some cracks.
I got good crack. Yeah. But yeah, so then once we do that, if we need another class after that, because that week before the next Monday, you're going to be, doing your boxes and everything. Then when we finish up that next Monday, we're going to finish up. We're going to talk about the canvas if you need to talk about the canvas anymore. And we're going to talk about the box if you need to talk about the box. Then we'll start with the advanced mixed media, which will be the last class in the series, but it's not the last class that we're going to be doing. But that is going to be the Finnabair inspired that's the tissue paper you were showing, right?
Yeah, that's Finnabair.
Yeah. So we're going to try to get a picture like this. And this is the thing Crystal was saying. She actually wanted y'all to take a picture of yourself looking like that, and then blow it up and use your own picture to do the canvas. If you want to do that, that would be great. That would be awesome.
And if you don't want it face, my aunt just changed the date of my mom. Oh my gosh, are you serious, Talise?
What?
World.
You
I
poor-
love that picture.
don't they know that you need closure?
Right?
Why did she change it?
We getting ready to go smack an ant.
I was gonna say I was gonna have a chat. I'm telling you.
You know what? It's your mother, Talise. It's your mother.
You want me to break my camera?
Tell her no.
So, Talise, that's why Nikki's like, I don't know how many people you're going to get to do that, Crystal. Okay, so you could get a picture of yourself in your younger years if you'd like, or there is a program called Photoshop, okay? If you're not comfortable with doing this and having a picture of yourself, you could even do one turned sideways and just have your profile and just have it a black picture. So it's just literally your profile of the side of your face.
Joanna said, nope, I don't do pictures.
You guys, come on now.
Okay, we'll get the rice paper.
Carla, I'm guessing she's not ready.
Right? I'm guessing. Right? So
Well,
yeah, so then that'll go back to putting rice paper down.
Rice paper.
Yeah. But then it's going to be tricky with this. So this will be another class that you're going to have to follow instruction by instruction and not jump ahead, because of the fact that you will have that rice paper down on the canvas. You are going to be painting and putting stuff in and around that rice paper. So you don't want to mess it up. You know, there's just certain things you have to do with that one.
Yes,
So
you can. If you want to use your daughter's pictures or your grandchildren's pictures, you can.
Yes.
Yep. And you need to blow it up, and it needs to be able to fit a, what is that, 11 by 14? Either 11 by 14. We're not sure what size we.
Yeah. You know, the canvases are getting bigger and bigger as we go along.
You want it to be a big canvas, because I mean, look at her face is the size of my hand. So
Okay. So Joanne said she has a picture that she can use. So yeah, just let us know if you have a picture that you want to use. If you do buy the kit, you will still get the rice paper in it as well, so you can use it for something else. I probably will put a piece of rice paper in your kit, so that if you have a printer and if you want to go print it out on something, then we'll go over how to print on rice paper from your printer as well. Then it will have a lot of metals, a lot of flour, a lot of resin pieces. So it's going to be a nice little kit.
but
And
it's not going to be expensive. It's going to be
not going to be expensive at all. Because it doesn't have a lot of
the molds and the
Yeah.
that stuff, the resin.
Yeah, so that will be the last class in the series, and that one we're going to go slow. So just to let you know, if you don't want to go slow or whatever, but we are going to go slow, and we'll take our time on this. So it may be more than 2 to 3 weeks or whatever, and we are going to go on your pace. So this is one of the I said so too many times. Anyway, this is one of the classes where we're really, you know, y'all were very, very, very active in this one. We're going to need you to be just as active, if not more, in the next one, because this one, yeah. So, yeah, it's going to be really fun. We are going to have a lot of fun with this one.
Yeah.
And
I've had this one planned since we started the mixed media
yep.
class.
So, but I also need another thing from you all. If Monday nights are not good, because this will be sometime in August, I think, August or September.
August.
Yeah, probably more towards the middle to the end of August. So it'll run into September. So if Monday nights are not good for you, it looks like Sunday afternoons, early evening is a good time. So if we need to change it so that everybody that wants to be involved can be involved without having to leave or anything else, please I will put a poll in the intermediate mixed media group, and you can vote. I think that's all the administrative announcements. Do you have any questions?
And that's the dog days of summer. That's
Yes.
August. So, and we're talking the 1st of August. We're not talking, like, I don't want to give you so much time that you lose what you've learned. And so in between, I want you to practice as well. But that's clear for that class. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the advanced class.
And of course, we'll be doing mixed media projects as well. But in between time. And the reason for the change, and I kind of feel bad for the UK folks. Lynn, I know it's probably early morning for you. And Krista couldn't stay. She wanted to stay, but she couldn't, and it was too late. So that, and I know Jean and June go to bed pretty early. So sometimes Barbara and Joanne do. So that hence these kind of, moving to early Sunday. And that way we get a lot more participation, and the folks that are overseas don't have to, be up,
Sunday or Wednesday, Nikki.
Huh?
Sunday or Wednesday.
Yeah, Sunday or Wednesday.
A Wednesday, we could probably go as early as like
10 a.m.
3:30. Oh, you think it's 10?
Well, 10 a.m. your time.
Okay.
11 a.m. Yeah, because I would do it during my lunch. I work from home on Wednesdays. So, oh, good God, Laurel. Woo! Oh, no. I never. She gets up at 4:30 a.m. Good God. Okay, so.
Sorry.
Right. So,
I get up and then go to the bathroom and go back to bed at 4:30.
Oh, that's a good idea, Carla. Carla said her mom's graduate. That's a great idea, Carla. I can do your mom's graduation.
Yeah.
Oh, great idea. Okay, so we'll play with it. We'll put both of the days.
Sundays. I know there's too many people that can't do Sundays as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's I think there's two people that I know, Lynn and Krista from the UK that are involved, but it's
Oh, you drive a bus, Laurel? Are you serious? That's so cool. You drive a school bus?
Well, I'm gonna go hang out with Laurel on her bus.
Cool.
I'm gonna go act up on her bus.
I've always wanted to do that.
Nikki'd be on top of the bus going, "Oh, I can fly."
I've always wanted to be a bus driver and then bring little treats for the Halloween for the kids and make little cool crafty stuff and hand it out, and then for Christmas and stuff.
Yeah,
like
I can see Crystal as a bus driver.
Yeah, I would love it.
Miss Crystal! She'd be like, "Hey, come on in, kids. Have a seat. Buckle up. Here, do you need some juice? Did you have breakfast? Hello, how's your mom doing?" So that's wouldn't leave like 20 minutes because she'd be questioning all the kids.
Have you stopped and talked to all the moms? Do you know your kid got an A in school today?
Yeah. And then when she's dropping them off, she'll be, "I'll be right back, kids." And then she goes to the door. "I've returned your son. He got an A in class. He's hungry. And I will see him tomorrow. Bye, Steve."
I'll have little after school snacks for him.
Right. She said any day that doesn't interfere with Yellowstone. What's Yellowstone? What? Okay, so she said during the day it's crazy. During the year it's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Any day that doesn't interfere with Yellowstone.
Hey, I love driving. Maybe I can do that after I retire.
Nikki, you'd be smacking them kids upside the head.
Yeah,
Your little
Yeah.
honey
you'd
and that.
be putting them in the doghouse.
Yeah, have the dog in front of the bus. Get him, Prince.
No, Nikki would. No, I'm joking. She likes to be tough, but she would be all, "Oh, yeah." She would be doing the same crap that I would be doing. She'd be, "Crystal, look what I got for little Hayden or whatever. Yeah, he came to school and he didn't have no shoes. He had a hole in him, so I had to
I mean, like, that little snotty-nosed kid, he was in there wiping his snots on his sleeve. Ew, I had to go Lysol. Whoa.
Fantastic Western with Kevin Costner. Are you serious? How come I don't know about? I love Kevin Costner. Do you know what? I have a friend that looks just like Kevin Costner. He's a little bit heavier than Kevin Costner, but he's a good-looking man.
I like
Okay,
it.
so let me go take a screenshot. It's called what again?
Yellowstone.
Yep.
I
What
remember.
channel is it on?
I love Yellowstone. Yeah, what channel is it on? Laurel, you remind me of a bus driver I had in school, LMA. She was an amazing singer. Oh.
I could be an assistant.
10 hours a day. So during the year, 10 hours. What are you doing?
That's what I'm saying. I could drive to 12 without getting tired, but after 12, I'm done for. All right, as long as well, if there's any bullies, I'm gonna smack a bully.
Right, yeah. I can't
Any
handle that.
bullies on the bus, they're getting a beat down, and then I'm gonna drop them off in the alley and be like, I never saw that kid. He didn't ride.
You can be an assistant, Mickey. You just sit in the bus.
I'd be like, I never saw the kid. I'm gonna disable the cameras and everything. Knock that boy out. Oh, sorry. I wouldn't. I'm just kidding.
No, you ain't. I would be doing the same thing, so no, you ain't. I don't like to.
Laurel said, "Oh my God, Nikki!" She goes, "You can't sit in my bus." I keep you out of it, Laurel. I keep you out of it.
Laurel, why do you drive 10 hours a day though? Like, don't you just get up, take them to school, and then you're done, and then you go back and pick them up at night? Or
They probably have different schools and different routes and different times that they do.
Wednesday night at 10 on Paramount Station.
Oh,
You stay up at 10?
What? You're lying, Joanne. You record it. She's lying. She's fibbing. I know you sleep. Don't try it.
Barbara Higgins says, LOL, Nikki, finger flip them kids upside down.
Right? Give them a little trippy too. Hey, that's that bully.
No, do you know what I would do? Do you know what I would do? Because you know what? So this is what I've always taught my daughter is because she's a little turd right now, but anyway, because she's always been a introvert. Okay, she's always been the kid that if somebody messes with her, oh, it's okay, you know what I mean. And then she started getting, and I am not that way at all. I will knock your little ass right out. I'll put your ass on the floor real quick. And I was always that way at school. People just knew, and if they didn't, they'd find out. Well. And so she would always say, Mom, I wish I could do that, and because I told her, hey, if somebody is going to put their hands on you, you can put your hands on them. It is just fine with me. I will deal with the principal or whoever.
No defense.
Yeah, exactly. Ain't nobody going to put their hands on my kid. Well, so anyway, so then it came to, okay, now Mom needs to calm down and actually think about what she's saying. And do I want to be actually promoting my kid to be fighting? You know what I mean? And no, I don't want to promote her to fight, but yet, you also want her to defend herself and you want her to feel good about defending herself. And so, but then for some reason I started thinking, you know what? A lot of those kids, because I remember growing up and the kids that were always the bullies, the kids that were always mean, are the kids that the parents aren't home, they're working, the parents are struggling, or the parents are, just not involved in their life. So they're reacting because they don't have what everybody else has, so they're mad at the world. So, then
they beat up at home themselves.
And then I start telling her, you know what, you don't know what is going on. Try to look at it both ways. You don't know what's going on in their life. You don't know if they have a mom at home when they get home, ready there to greet them and say, how was your day and all that stuff. They might have a mom that's strung out on drugs or, whatever, you know what I mean? Or not even with them or whatever. And so then I started teaching her to have empathy, not sympathy, but empathy, and maybe think about what they're going through, but still don't let yourself get bullied to the point that it's hurting you. You know what I mean? So I would honestly, I probably, if I was in that situation, I probably would take that kid aside, talk to them once, and then I would end up teaching them a lesson the second time. You know, and then the third time, then I'm gonna take them to their parents, and they're gonna get their little hiney whooped. But
then there's a lake out in the back of the house. No, so the 3 little girls that were bullying my daughter, they were like, my daughter always knew that, yeah, mama gonna take care of her. So she never worried about anything. And she would come home and she was like, these girls are messing with me. And I'm like, okay, well, let's go talk to them. Mm-hmm. And so she was like, no, mom, don't. I said, oh no, we gonna talk to them.
Right.
So I went to the school because mama don't play, because I'm gonna take care of the situation real quick.
Yeah.
And I waited for the little girls because she walked home and they lived in the same neighborhood. They brought the little butts out and I stood there and I said, okay, so why are y'all bullies? What are you doing to my daughter? Oh, well, never mind. She already told me what y'all were doing. Why are you doing it? And then they're looking at me like, we're not doing anything. I said, well, now you're just lying. And so then I told my daughter to go sit and wait in the car, and we had a conversation. And I'm like, okay, how is it if I came up to you and said these things to you and did these things to you? What about to your friend? What about to this? And I did this to you every single day. I was at the school every day waiting for you, and this is what I did to you every day. How would you feel? And they were like, I wouldn't like it. I said, nope, mama ain't gonna do nothing about it because I'll beat your mama's ass. Now, how would you feel? How would you like to endure this day after day after day after day? I said, because I will do it. I ain't got no job. I ain't got nothing to lose. And they looked at me like, oh, this bitch crazy. Because I always gave them the crazy eyes. And so, but then they were like, well, it wouldn't be right. And da da da. I said, then why are you doing it? I said, do you have no self-worth and self-control? Do you not have pride in the person that you are? The pride in your race? The pride in anything? I said, how are you doing in school? That I can find out because I think you're probably failing. I mean, I was not playing. So I just kind of ran down the whole thing. So then the next day, the little girl's mama was out there. And I said, I don't know what you said to her, but she came home and she was like, Mom, I think I need a tutor. And da 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 da. Because I told him, I said, y'all ain't going to be shit in life. You know, because if this is the way that you treat people by the time you get out of high school, I said, nobody's going to want to deal with you. They're not going to like you. People are not going to hire you. You're failing in school. You're not going to go to college. And guess what? You're going to be working at McDonald's and I'm going to see you and order my fries. And so they literally were like, oh shit. But they remained my daughter's friend throughout the rest of the day. They're like, your mom's so cool. Can we come over? I'm like, I want to come over.
But you know what? But you were able to flip that switch. You know, and a lot of times that's all it takes is an active parent. Yeah.
So and then so they actually they came over a lot. I never could get rid of them freaking girls to save my soul. They were over at the house all the time. But I told them that my goal is, I said, my daughter's going to college. Y'all need to go to college. I said, even if it's just a 2-year college, go to college. Do a trade school. I don't care what you do, but don't let life pass you by. I was in the military. I could have gone straight to school, but no, I was a dumb butt. I didn't go straight to school. By the time I actually went to school, got a job, I was 32. So yeah. I did military for 10 years, but I wasted 6 years having to catch up and go to school and do everything. So, but they learned a lesson. And my daughter learned a lesson too. Now she's like,
yep,
you don't want to mess with me because my mama crazy.
Yeah, there's nothing worse and the kid, being like, "No, Mom, please don't go to the school. I hate when you go to the school." Right?
Don't even if they treat you badly, don't even give them a second chance. Don't even stick around them. Don't let them treat you badly. And they had this one little girl. She came over for her birthday party, and then she came back the next day talking about, "Give me my present back." I gotta go get that damn present. And I'm sorry, but I said it just like that. Sorry, Joanne. But I said, go get that daggone present. And I gave it to her. I said, take your little shitty ass present and get off my lawn and go home and don't come back. And she brought her mom back the next day. And her mom said, well, my daughter's not allowed to come here. I said, no. I said, she treated my daughter ugly and mean, and I'm not having anybody around my daughter that's going to treat her like that. I said, if that's how you treat each other, that's fine, but you're going to do it down the street.
Yep.
And she is not allowed here.
Yep.
And so all the kids used to come over and play Wii and have fun. And then she was lurking on the corner talking about, can I come and play? Nope.
Yep.
But she actually straightened up a little bit, and then I let her come back over probably about a couple of years later. But after that, nope. I do not play when it comes to the daughter. That was my only one. Wasn't going to have no more. And anybody treat her bad, I've cussed out about 5 teachers.
Yep.
Yep, don't play. But yeah, I like little kitty stuff. If for some reason I'm the cool mom, I don't know why. And then they all call me for advice.
Well, you're going to speak the truth. You're being honest with them. You're being truthful, and you're making them think and making them socially aware of what they are doing, what they are creating for themselves, and you're making them have a conscious effort about how they're acting in society. So, yeah.
Talise said, you want one of mine? I told you, one and done. One was enough. I'll have to look for another one.
Right?
Need to be old and crotchety before I have grandchildren.
Oh, man.
No, just kidding.
Crotchety.
But yeah, but if there's anything that y'all want to see or instructional videos y'all want us to do, because I know one of the ones that we had mentioned was crackling, and then resin, and then background and Lindy. So, but if there's anything else that I'm looking up at the screen and I didn't see you put that picture up. And I got the YouTube playing here, and I'm like, what the heck is she doing?
Picture up. What is she?
Yeah, I got it. It's far back.
Oh. It's me. I had to sit down. My foot's killing me.
Too many kids now just don't care. Oh, Carla. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to see before we begin the advanced, and just like we did before, you'll see, and we're not totally going away on Mixed Media Mondays. We'll come back and do like pre-work like we did before, like we did with the resin pour, like we did with texture paste. We'll probably do something with how to adhere rice paper, painting around rice paper. We'll go over blending again and do, a couple of little things that will build you up to get to the advanced.
We're calling them Mixed Media Minutes is what we're calling them. It's essentially, and it's essentially going to be just that. It's going to be not a very long time span, but we're going to go in, do it, show you how to do this basic, simple thing that everyone thinks is so simple. However, like, for example, how to apply rice paper. You think it would be simple. It's actually not as simple as what you think.
Oh, I tear rice paper all the time.
Right. So, So we're going to go that route, but we're going to continue this mixed media journey. It's going to go on for the rest of the year. It's going to progress. But as far as the classes, the next class will be the advanced after this one's done. So
Victoria's already doing the box. Is that the box?
Yeah, I've seen the picture.
are you serious? Holy crap!
He's a beast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So if there is anything, I mean, at all that y'all want to see, let us know. We can go on like, and I was telling Crystal before that I really would like just to go on Facebook live on the intermediate group and do like little techniques and stuff. And then you have the video there. You can go back and watch it. Or we can continue to do YouTube. It doesn't matter. Yes, Veronica is the drama queen, Talise.
What stencil is that, Victoria?
It's like a honeycomb stencil. Is it honeycomb?
That's cool.
So yeah. So y'all just be thinking about that. If there's anything specific that you want us to do, I don't mind. And I know Crystal doesn't mind, and we can just do it quickly. It won't be a full project. It'll just be that particular technique. And then you can go back and rewatch the video and practice and stuff like that. Like I still need to do a little crackling technique, and I still need to do some background technique with those sprays. And then I'm going to start doing paints too. So, but, yeah, I think that's about it. I think I went over everything. Oh, yeah, look out for my, I got my design team package from KS for You. So I'll be doing the video tomorrow and putting it up. I'm going to have to get my hype woman in the background. So she can be in the background going, oh,
well, let me tell you why. Because I was doing that when she was showing me everything. I'm like, how did I not see this stuff? Are you serious? I was so mad. I was so mad.
Yep. And
I was saying some curse words because I was mad.
She was.
What
was that? So yeah, I got everything preloaded. I'm going to actually do it on the switcher so I can show the picture so you can get a clear picture of it. And it has the name and the item number. And then I'll be in the background, and then I'll have either Crystal if she's off or Martha, and they'll be in the background going, ooh,
Nifty, groovy.
Yeah, groovy, ow. Yeah, so yeah, I'm very excited. I already got like 8 projects in mind, and I'm like, ooh, I didn't get enough stuff. Maybe my prize I won the other day will come so I can use it. Yeah. You can't be notification.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, that would have to be scheduled, Joanne. We'll schedule it as an event in the group, and then you'll get hopefully a notification in the group. Oh, we'll see if everybody's on and say, hey, we'll schedule it for this day, da. But yeah, our normal is YouTube.
Hey Victoria, I totally spaced off you on that, and so I need to send your address to Telly. I'm so glad that you said something. Hey, you guys, if I ever forget something, please let me know because I am not doing it on purpose. What is a CASD? A CASD or something? Okay, keeper. I'll stick with CASD. Don't know.
Cassidy.
Oh.
Yeah. What is going on? Okay. Yep. But that's all I have. I'm gonna do my box, put a little on it, and do a little. I'm gonna try to use at least 3 paints and have an ombre effect. Is what I intend to do.
So be thinking of that when you're doing your box.
I'm not doing my box separately. I'm going to do it on camera next Monday. So the only thing I'll do is have it pre-gessoed, and then I will do the
sorry, Victoria. Gosh, I'm so sorry.
Oh,
I'm going to forward it right now.
She's been checking the mail every day for 6 months.
Gosh, and she sent it to me right away too, and then I forgot.
Oh wow. Oh Lord. Yeah, so I'm just gonna gesso it, crackle it, and then I'll paint it on camera. So that's what I'm going to do.
How is it you find somebody? How do you? Okay, so Victoria.
Oh, you're welcome, Miss Barbara. She said, thank you, Crystal and Nikki. These classes are amazing. And we want to thank Miss Martha for being on the panel and helping out several times on the panel and in class. And Miss Talise, we want to get a shout out.
I sent it.
She is our moderator extraordinaire. Extraordinary, Miss Penny, our other moderator extraordinaire and co-panel member. So,
Delise got it. See.
hey.
All right, that does it for class. Any questions? Questions? Questions?
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. We did good. 3 hours.
Right?
Don't see any questions. All right, everybody have a happy 4th of July.
Yes.
Be safe if you're traveling. Don't eat too much if you're having a barbecue. Don't eat the beans if you're having a barbecue. Just keep it down to 3 beans only. You can have 3 beans.
I want to see somebody. Oh, I'm just gonna have 3. Big old steak and.
Yeah, if you have flatulent,
I'm gonna have 3
beans. I'm just saying, and the egg salad, or the potato salad if it has eggs.
Oh, I love potato salad. Dang.
Or the deviled eggs. Yeah, any of those. If you have flatulence, don't eat it. I'm just saying. I'm giving good advice for the 4th of July.
Unless you're trying to keep the hubby away, then eat all you want.
Oh yeah. My sister, she's funny, my sister, but she says where you put the cover over and then I forget stove something, I don't know.
Stove top.
Yeah, stove piping or stove top, I don't know. It was she did. Anyway. Oh, Talise said gas X. Yep. If you like your beans and your eggs, make sure you have gas X.
Did you read what Victoria wrote? 3 beans for a little root, more for a big toot.
Right, Victoria?
All righty, girls. Good night. And
happy 4th. Have a great rest of the week.
Please make sure you keep your animals in mind if there's fireworks going around. There's so many animals that run away during this time. So please make sure that you keep them in mind. So, alrighty, girls. Thank you.
You're not feeling well, please get better. And everybody, I have prayers out for everybody. So.
Yes. Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Thanks. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.